Issac and his mother part 15 with Goku and Stony and Waru.
Hi.
Yo, yo.
You're telling me legs fall asleep constantly, my feet.
Yeah, but I have
If you're leaning on one side.
It's okay, I'm pretty sure I have carpal tunnel. I don't know, where's your hand hurt? Mine's starting to hurt right here. Your wrist. Yeah, that's what mine hurts. Numbness and tingling.
Alright, let's go for Eve's Greed. Maybe today I can get it. I've only been struggling all fucking week.
Right.
You have to get one of those keys for the door work. We have another one.
Yeah, we have another one you guys can get. Because we're not going to be doing anything with that other door. At least not this year. And that'll just end up sitting in our closet.
Rent to own, everything is your problem. Yep. I thought, well, I didn't want to rent to own a place, but that was our only option to get out of where we are.
It's already 3:21?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, but I wouldn't like it here. Do they do inspections all the time?
No.
Hopping off.
And he went, like, he found
All right, man.
over, you know where Giant Eagle, like you go down that one street, the very last street.
Well, have fun.
You right, and then you go up to the stop sign, make a left. There's a whole bunch of condos back there, and they're only like $100,000.
See you tomorrow.
They have an HOA fee, and that one as you're coming down the bridge.
Are we doing D&D tonight or no?
No, probably not. We'll, get some sleep, you know what I mean? We'll do D&D tomorrow.
Well, if y'all do eventually end up doing D&D,
alright. Will do.
And he's like, I don't like things with age. I said, but the only thing with
catch you later, bro.
And I said, with the condo though, I said, you don't have to mow the grass. But I said, then there's no yard for kids to play in. Yeah, you don't want an HOA. They're douchebags. If you go, even if you skip one time of mowing, they are on your ass for fine.
Oh.
But they're nice condos, but they're only 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. And I'm like, he found one that was a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, but.
HP up, yes.
Yeah, but the kids have to share. Yes. Since they are not living there, they can share. I know, but still. It's not their living situation. They are coming to visit. I know. So what are you going to do when Coraline gets older and Richard's still here? She has to have we pay off in 9 years. Less time if we decide to put income tax money into it. And once we pay this off, we don't even need Richard if he doesn't want to. Well, that's what he said. Once we pay Anthony, which is next October, we will have $300 in our pocket.
Well, to do Richard not to live here, we'd have to pay off the place, and you would also have to be able to make $800 a week guaranteed.
I would go to the factory with that, so I get my weekends off. But he said, once we...
You might have to. These guys are fucking you around.
About,
you could make way more.
Like, we're the landlords, and we're putting stipulations that, like, what were you going to put, Mark? Like, no dogs or something, or... Well, you can't do that, because the park allows dogs, but like... if it's in your name, you can.
Yeah.
But that's what we were thinking was when it was paid off, and that way that $300 each month can go for, like, part of our house payment, and we won't have to, Yeah, depending on what size house you get, my mom's mortgage is only like $300. I know, because we were thinking we want a ranch or a split level is the only. Because I don't want. My cousin had a Cape Cod and she had a 4-bedroom house, and Michelle's house is really nice, but she had like 20,000 million stairs she had to go up. Usually a split level only has like 6 stairs.
No.
And I'm like, I can handle that because I plan on staying.
Oh.
And then it's like. If I'm 80, I'm not going up 100 million stairs. Yeah. I don't really care if it has a basement in it. But he wants a 2-car garage, which is fine because I'll buy him some shelves to put like my totes of Christmas stuff out there in the garage and on shelves and stuff like that. Yeah. But I want 3 bedrooms because even if Coraline doesn't get her own room,
Oh, Eve sucks.
I mean, that was my object for her to get her
Freaking
own room.
Convinced.
And then the 2 boys share a room. And we found one that was 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, but we're not getting into that now. But I said that would be cool because the 4th bedroom could be their playroom, and then they don't have to have toys all over their bedroom. Good luck ever getting them to clean it up. Mark gets them to clean it up. Getting Coraline to clean her room is like pulling puppies. She does it for you, don't she?
Of course I need a fucking bomb.
Elliot does it too, and we don't even tell Elliot. He just, but he's funny. Because he'll take a toy, and when he's done playing with it, he does
I need a bomb.
He goes...
And so many keys.
I'm like, you're a shit. And he looks at me like, what? I didn't do anything, man. I'm like, don't be throwing toys, Elliot.
Wow.
But when he's done, he just takes it and whips it off behind him. I'm like, okay, Elliot.
I will be waiting.
Did you see the last night he was laying in bed with CJ watching movies? Yeah, I don't know what he was cuddling, but it looked like he was cuddling something. I don't know, it looked like it was sleeves over his hand. Sleeves? Like he was wearing long sleeves. Oh. Who's that? But yeah, so I told her she could have her own room, because I just figured she'd need her own room when she gets older. And I figured even if we have a 3-bedroom, I don't want a basement, but I thought my washer and dryer could go in the basement. Unless there's a room, like a utility room, that my washer and dryer can go in. Because when I'm 80, I ain't going down the downstairs. My grandma said that too. She wanted to eventually have her washer brought upstairs because in her house, but then she got sick and she fell out of bed and broke her collarbone. And she never told my aunt till she had breakfast, and she went like this to grab a cup to get her coffee, and she called my aunt. She's like, I can't do this anymore, and she ended up going to this Keystone Point for therapy, and she never left. Oh yeah, she lived there. Gracie doesn't even have a washer and dryer. Gracie doesn't have a washer and dryer. Says she hand washes everything, so every time I get the kids back, their clothes immediately go in the fucking wash.
I would never put you guys in a nursing home.
Well, Dad said you didn't care.
Nah.
Just put us together. But my grandma chose to go there.
I'd let you guys live with us first.
My grandma chose to go there. That was her choice. My aunt gave her a choice and said you could come and live with her and Bob in West Salem, or you could go in there. And she's like, I like it here. She's like, the food's good. Every Thursday they had happy hour and stuff. And my grandma lived there for what, 6 years maybe, Mark? 4 years? But they had happy hour. One time she told Mark and I when we lived in Elyria, she was like, I have 4 glasses of wine. I said, Grandma, you're a lush. She's like, I'm a what? I said, you're a lush. Fucking drunk, Grandma. Hey, she lived to be 92. If I can live to be 92. Well,
I would be excited to live. I'd be excited to live to be 80, to be honest.
They actually say that 1 glass of wine a night is actually good for and she has
All of
diabetes.
tar.
They said red wine is good if you have diabetes too, but I don't see wine being good. I don't like wine. Give me a wine cooler.
Na, 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 na,
I know
na,
that,
na.
but I don't like wine. I don't like the taste of wine. But give me like Sex on the Beach, a strawberry daiquiri, a wine cooler, something like that. I like wine. I've never had the green one.
Oh my gosh, it just dropped a fucking dime. Let's go.
I never had that one either.
That was
I watched
fucked.
Some person cooking yesterday, and he mixed a green one and a strawberry daiquiri one together. And he said it was pretty good. I'm like, ew.
I'm not going to worry about dying until after my parents die. Then I'll worry about it. Because that means I'm next. And you gotta think, my mom's parents are still alive. So you guys still don't gotta worry
How
either.
old are they?
They're 70 now? Fuck, Grandma and Papa, they're...
Too. I mean, somebody could get in a car accident and die, and you're not expecting that. Or you could get cancer like me and not know that you've had it and have surgery and If I never would have went to the emergency room, which that stupid doctor was a dumbass anyway, because he's like, oh, you have diverticulitis and you have, your mass is really small that you don't even, I wouldn't even worry about it. Yeah, okay. Well, why do I have an incision from here all the way to my pelvis, and why was it cancerous then if it was a little and I didn't need to worry about it, asshole.
Yeah.
He probably did want you to freak out.
Well, still, he shouldn't have told me. All he would have had to do was say you have a mass on your ovary, you need to go see an oncologist or a GYN oncologist and been done with it instead of lying to me and telling me that it wasn't that big. It wasn't that big. It was the size of a Nerf football. How big do you think that was? Because that wasn't that big? Dumbass. That's why I love Dr. Ferguson, because she tells you how it was, and she's the one that got me through it and got me through not dying, because she even told Mark she almost died that day, and I sent her a really nice thank you note, and I put pictures of the kids in there, and I said something to the point where we aren't old enough to, we don't understand what happened that day, but thank you for saving our Nana, because we love our Nana, and something like to that extent. And I put a picture of Elliot and a picture of Marky and a picture of Coraline in there, and she cried when she read it and opened it, and she's like, I'm going to hang these smiley little faces up on my bulletin board in my office, so that when I said, that's what I want you to do, so when you're having a bad day, you just look at these little faces and understand how much they appreciate what you did for me, even though they don't know what happened that day, that they appreciate
I will take PhD.
saving their Nana for them, so that their Nana could live longer to play with them and be with them. And I said, she's like, but when I'm having it, and I asked her one day when I went to chemo, I said, well, and she's like, I lost a patient. She's like, and I came back and I saw those little faces smiling at me, and she's like, and she's like, and I just realized, she's like, I remembered like what happened to you and how those little smiles made my day. And I'm like, and it's the one of Coraline with the the Santa hat. It's that little shitty grin that I have on my TV. That was that one. And I don't remember what I gave her. I think the one I gave her of Elliot was at his birthday party last year or something. And I gave her one of Marky. And I just told her in there, I said, when you're having a bad day, look at these pictures and realize how much you did, that you don't realize how much what you did for me, because you saved their Nana's life or something like that. And I thought, well, we can't thank you, so my Nana's thanking you. So my Nana's thanking you for us, and something about saving my life. And she got tears in her eyes when she read the card. I was gonna give her a pizza card for her and Dr. Gordon and all them to get pizza on Mark and I for saving my life, but I didn't have any money to do it. But if I do get my money, Mark, we should do that. Because I'll see her every I see her every 3 months, every 6 months for 3 years. And she said if I can make it 3 years without the cancer coming back, then I'll be here every 3 years. Which she said she got it anyway. She just did it for precautions, just in case. She's like, there could be cells in there that I couldn't see. And I'm like, that's fine. And I told him, I said, most doctors wouldn't care if they almost lost the patient as much as she did. I mean, she was in there rubbing my arm when I went the second time, and she's like, don't worry, we'll get you through it this time, I promise. She's like, because those babies need their Nana. I'm like, you're right, those babies do need their Nana. I said, especially one little girl. I said, I don't know where she'd be totally heartbroken if she didn't have me.
I don't know how I'd explain it.
I know. And then one day, I think we figured out what she was saying. She's like, well, where would I be, Nana? Because we were talking about something. The boys were taking a nap, and Elliot picked something. I said, oh, you need to get up off the floor so that Elliot doesn't eat it. And then I said, you don't want your baby brother to go to heaven, do you? I said, because you'll never see him. And she said, like, you almost went to heaven, Nana? I was like, excuse me? You still didn't tell her I didn't go to you still never told her that I almost went to heaven. She's like, but where would I be, Nana? I'm like, you'd be down here with Daddy. And,
where would I go?
oh, where would I go? And I'm like, what do you mean, where would you go? She's like, where would I go to find you, Nana? I said, you wouldn't find me. I said, Nana would be up in the clouds and in the sky, and I'd be watching you, but you wouldn't be able to see me. She's like, oh, and she got like really sad, and I'm like, she broke my heart when she said, where would I go?
It is. It's so hard.
And I mean, she's only 4.
She says the same shit to me all the time. She'll be like, but I don't want you to go to heaven one day, Daddy. Well, Daddy's got to go to heaven one day. All of us do.
That's what I told her.
But you got to have a good life if you want to make it to heaven. Or else you go to a bad place where people pick on you for the rest of your life, forever and ever. She's like, I don't want to be picked on. Like, no, you do not.
Trying to get her to understand that being a bully like she is to her brothers is not acceptable. Well, she's so nice to Elliot and Marky when she's at my house. We have this thing here where if they don't do exactly what she wants when she wants them to do it, she does like this growl, like pissed off scream thing. She don't do that loud. And tries to fucking hit Marky and shit. She's always hugging Elliot. She's always, I love you, Elliot. And I'm like, it's not very often that it happens, but when it does happen, it's like, I think she has been working before at our house, and we spanked her for it. You don't smack your brother. Definitely hit Marky at your house before. I said, well, you don't smack your brother. I said, that's not very nice. Would you like him to haul off and smack you? And I said, you definitely don't smack Elliot, because I said, he's a baby. Well, she fucking just walked up and fucking smacked Marky in the back of the head one day. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, he's just sitting there playing with a toy, and she walked up and smacked him and was like, give me that. Like, whoa.
I was like, why did you do that? She's like, he wouldn't play with me. Oh, fucking okay, Ann? Well, I'm surprised she didn't say, well, Nana smacked Bob in the back of the head, because he'll say that, like, he'll do something wrong. He was like, you do know if my mom was alive, that would have been a smack to the back of the head. I'm like, oh, okay. So I walk up there and smack him to the back of the head, and I keep forgetting that they're there, and I'm like, oh, shit. I said, they're going to follow everything we do, everything we say. Like, he sometimes says the N-word. Like, he'll just forget, and he'll be like today, he was like, God, when he gets really pissed at the fucking games, he'll say it too.
Huh?
And I said,
like father, like son.
Watch it, because I said, the kid would go and repeat everything you say, and I said, I don't need her going to school saying that. But I told her even if...
Well, see, I grew up, in my term, the N-word was different. It wasn't about slavery, it was about someone being really fucking stupid.
Well, I told her, I said, Coraline, I said, you're going to go to school... And
if you look up the definition, it means stupid, incompetent.
Well, I told her, I said, you're going to go to school, and there's going to be kids that are different colors than you. I said, you're going to be black. And I
use it in the correct grammar.
I said, it's
not towards slavery, that's racist.
Well, I told her it's okay to play with a little girl that's black. I said, how would you like to be, everybody else is a different color but you, and you want somebody to play with you, wouldn't you? She's like, yeah. I said, well, she can be your friend even if she's a different color. I said, that doesn't mean that you have to, she doesn't have to, whatever. I said, if she can be your friend, even if her skin's black. And she's like, okay, Nana. I said, yeah, you wouldn't want her not to play with you, would you? She's like, no. I'm like, okay then. I just don't want her to say, well, racism isn't something that we're dealing with. It is tough.
It's so hard to explain things to little children, you know? Like, how do you explain that the world sucks? And then you die.
There's bad people in the world.
Yeah, that there's bad people in the world.
Like, if I have to go to the bathroom really bad, and she's there and the boys are napping and he's doing something, I always tell her, Nana, I have to go to the bathroom, I'm going to leave the door open, and if somebody comes, you scream. And I said, and you yell for Nana. I said, you yell for Nana as loud as you can yell for Nana. I've always told her that. I said, and I said, and when we're in the grocery store, she'll get mad, or like when we go to Walmart, she doesn't want to get in the cart, and Chris is always like, hold the goddamn cart. I'm like, no, she's not holding the cart. She's going to hold my hand, or she's going to walk where I can see her. And I'm like, and you do not run to the toys and stay in the toys and play with the toys without Nana and Poppy being in there. I said, there's bad people out here, and they'll take you. And they'll take you far, far away.
I tell her that too.
From mommy, from daddy, from Mimi, from Nana and Papa, and you'll never see us again. And I said, they do bad things to people. So I said, that's why you need to, I said, Nana's not telling you have to get in the cart because you're bad. I'm telling you to get in there for your safety. And I said, and she said something today, and I said, well, Coraline, you need to protect your baby brothers, because I said, they're going to look up to you one day, and I said, they're going to need their sister. And she's like, okay, Nana. She's like, I'm not. She's like, something about, I'm glad the boys aren't here or something. And I was like, that's not nice. I said, you're their big sister. I said, they're going to look up to you one day, and you need to be here for your baby brother. Like, when I took her to the store, I didn't have a problem with her wandering off. I had a problem with her trying to put a bunch of shit in the car. Right. She wandered off from Chrissy.
I did that shit too.
When I take her and Chrissy to she put shit in the cart because he's like, well, I suppose you can have it now because you put it in the cart.
She stood at the front of the cart or stood next to the cart, depending on, like, if I would stop looking at something.
Right.
And if, like, but she would just grab anything and put it in the cart.
Right.
At one point, she grabbed one of those mini bottles of fucking liquor that Giant Eagle sold. So, put it in the cart.
How'd she get that?
Because they
She thought it was juice.
Box.
Oh, I thought they were those ones that were behind the customer service. So I was like,
No,
oh,
not
those.
there.
Not like the vodka and the
No, like the wine and stuff.
the little wine cooler things.
They're little plastic bottles of, like, margarita.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah,
I
she
was,
probably thought it was juice.
and she threw it in my cart. I'm like, no, honey, that's an adult drink. You can't have that. You can't have that for years.
Was she 5? She'll be 5.
6 years or 6
When you're a kid, all you want to do is grow up, and when you're older, all you want to do is get younger. It's fucked.
I don't, because I don't want to go back through what I did. I don't want to have to go back through my mom dying again when I was 24.
Yeah, I don't know if I could deal with my mom and dad dying. Like, that shit would end me. My parents and my kids are not allowed to die. I understand my grandparents are going to die one day. It's going to suck, but I'm not as close to them as I used to be.
I'd have to go through everything I did when I was a kid. No, thank you.
I told Mark the same thing. I never want to go back to being a teenager.
I would like to be like 16 again.
No, not me.
When I was 16, I had a fucking 8-pack, well, not an 8-pack, a 6-pack, and fucking the nicest bike in the school, and
That your mom posted on Facebook.
college, I had the nicest bitches.
Motherfucker, I will cut your ass.
Is there a picture?
That, and I would beat the shit out of myself and make sure I took the right path this time.
If you look at a picture that your mom has on Facebook, it looks like Chad is drinking a
I love you, babe.
like Corona.
Sexy and you know
He's
it.
not really drinking that, is he?
Oh yeah, they let him drink. I was allowed to drink in my own house at 16.
I was going to college drunk at some days because the days sucked. And I knew that I was going to welding and that my teacher didn't give a fuck. Until the day the volleyball tournament came up and Fiscus was so fucked up.
What? I think it's she bringing her back now.
One of the guys was so fucked up that I guess he botched the tournament. Like, he was sitting back there all fucking wasted and shit, and the volleyball came back and he just let it hit the ground. He was so fucked up, and then he
But yeah, Marky
puked.
sometimes don't sleep at our house. He'll lay there and
So that was funny.
we're like, you might as well get up because you're not just gonna go to sleep.
Well, he does this
So I'm taking that now.
Well, he does
This
here
run's about
is
to be fucking beast.
He'll fuck around on nap time and then try and go to sleep at fucking 5
Oh, he's done
o'clock.
that too. I had to.
Yep.
We're cooking dinner and he's sitting there like this. And Senior's like, oh no, you're not.
Oh no, you're not.
We're like, we'll go in there and wake him up. Mark, it's time to get up.
But it's like, because he did that the one time, he would not take a nap. And we said, you might as well get up because you're not going to go to sleep. He's sitting on the couch watching TV and all of a sudden he's like this.
Out like a
Senior's
fucking
like,
light.
Senior's like, oh no, you're not. He's like, wake your ass up. He's like, I'll do to you what my dad did to me. He's like, I'll throw water on your ass. I said, no, you're not, because you're not throwing water on my new couch. I don't care if
Oh, I make him stand up.
He'd probably still fall asleep.
He gets fucking pissed. And then Mark's like, what's wrong? Motherfucker thinks 5 o'clock is nap time. Hell no.
No, it is not.
Well,
then-
if that's the case, then go to bed without dinner and you can sleep all night.
But then, come bedtime, why fucking awake?
Let's take a shot.
Well, her last night, she was
Yes.
watching her phone, and I went to check on her. And
Yes.
she's like, it's bedtime, Nana. I'm like,
Yes.
yeah, you're right, it's bedtime. She went to sleep earlier last night than she did the night before. It was, what, almost 11 Thursday night when she went to bed?
Well, Mark taught her how to use our Roku box that's in the kids' room.
But she was watching my other phone.
So,
I taught her how to use the Roku box. I taught her how to refill her sippy cup. So now she does it for her and Marky
we
and
told her she has to be careful because if she starts having accidents at night, she's not going to have a cup back
What
there.
are you doing, lunch? I thought.
I told her.
I think
Straight
everyone
up, I
has
don't care if she can fill her sippy cup 5,000 times a day. but she-
oh babe, OP as shit. OP as shit.
As soon as she starts having accidents,
I've become beyond
I don't
OP.
have it anymore. And Marky, the little douchebag, likes to take Elliot's fucking cup.
He does that at our house too. He'll drink all of whatever I give him, water, juice, milk. He'll drink it, and then Elliot won't drink it because he's like Coraline.
Oh, it gives. Oh, babe.
He'll take your drink.
I can double my demon form.
Elliot's like Coraline. He'll take
Oh, that's OP as fuck. Triple it.
Like, ooh, juice.
Oh.
I'm like, no, you put that back. I said, that's Elliot's drink.
Elliot's new fucking cookie cup, or straw cup.
Oh, this is the most OP item.
$15.
Where'd you get it?
Walmart. But it's hard plastic straw, so you can't chew through the damn thing. That's the problem we keep running into.
He's drank out of my cup with the hard plastic straw before.
He stole my fucking purple cup. Shithead.
What, one like that?
Yeah, with a big ass water bottle with a straw and he fucking stole it or something.
But yeah, Marky does that at our house. It's like, I'll give him juice or something, and he'll down his, and then
Max
and
power.
he's trying to get Elliot's glass, and he gets Elliot's glass and thinks he's drinking Elliot's cup, and I'm like, no, you're not.
Well, he
That's
gets
your
pissed
brother.
at me because I'll catch him in there drinking out of Elliot's cup. I'll walk over there and I'll fucking take the cup and smack him in his hand.
I do. I do that too. I said, this is Elliot's cup. You drank yours because you were a piggy.
Well, he knows that he's in trouble with me. So, big trouble, like spanking trouble, because he'll sit his ass on the floor.
Well, that's why he does that.
If he knows that whatever he did is butt spank worthy, that he thinks sitting on the floor is going to stop me from spanking his ass.
Well, we need
All
to try to
kids
get-
do.
We need to try to get him potty trained so we can all get rid of that.
Well,
But potty training him? Well, you know.
I'm down to start body training the boy.
Potty training him is-
Try getting him to pee on a tree or something.
Potty training him is going to be real fun.
Shooting or peeing on a tree, they say, is one of the easiest ways to teach a boy.
Well, Chrissy says she puts him on the potty and he goes.
Yes,
Sits
but
in it.
Chrissy has to
But you're not
fucking realize
consistent.
that,
She's not consistent either.
well, that and he's never going to fucking learn that way.
Right. And Tyler's not going to, while she's at work, Tyler's not going to put him on the potty.
No.
Tyler don't give a shit about it. I'm sure he plays video games and shit. I'm sure Mork plays video games when you're gone and at work and they're here, but still, he's
We play
watching
video
them.
games all
He's-
fucking
I'm always
He's
watching.
watching them. I can guarantee you Tyler's not.
I'm always
Probably-
watching
those
them.
ladies are probably doing whatever they want, just like the jewelry that came up missing. He was probably playing
Yeah,
video
it's like,
games
how do you
and-
let your kids? What do you mean Marky got in trouble? I would have been like, no, you should have put your shit up.
Exactly.
He didn't. No, he wouldn't have been able to get into it had you not left your shit out. That's your fault, not Marky's
Other
fault.
than nap time, the gate is down. They have free reign from the living room to their bedroom.
Right.
And
still-
we sit here and play video games.
Yeah,
too.
but that wasn't my point. My point is, I guarantee you, Tyler's not watching them. You're watching them. You're making sure that you know what they're doing. Now, Tyler, I'm sure he's not getting up when she goes in the bathroom and being like, "Come on, Coraline, how much toilet paper did you use? Are you flushing
Oh, I do all
flushing the
that.
toilet?" I'm sure he don't.
She will open the bathroom door and be like, Mimi, is this the right amount?
What?
You know how kids are. They just wanted to make sure they're doing it right because in their minds, you know, they want to please us. They want us to tell them, good job. You did really well today. You did
She
it.
today she got McDonald's. She's like, "Nana, I'm a lucky widow Grail." I'm like, "Why?" She goes, "Because I got McDonald's and I was good girl, so I got McDonald's." And I said, "Yeah, you're probably right." I said, "You did get McDonald's." She's like, "Mark and Elliot probably didn't get no McDonald's." I'm like, "You're probably right. They probably did."
That's like what I was telling you last night when she said things like not wanting to go to her mom. She was telling me she can't wait to go back to her mom's. She says
Oh,
certain things to certain
She
people.
told me in the bathtub last night, "I don't want to go to my mommy's house because she don't play with me. She doesn't do this." She's like, "Tyler don't like me."
And the day I picked
That
her
she
up-
does tell us.
Yeah, she does tell us that Tyler doesn't like her.
You probably don't.
But she told me the day I picked her up, she can't wait to go back to mom's.
See, and I understand that's her mom, but her mom doesn't play with her. Her mom doesn't do anything with her.
Her mom
Oh.
doesn't do anything with any of the kids. Not even Ryan. No.
All stats up.
She
Let's
gives
fucking
Ryan her
go.
fucking phone and then walks away.
Babe.
Yes, dear.
OP as fuck. OP as fuck. Throwing that out. OP as fuck.
One day we called her and she didn't answer. Or no, fucking Ryan answered. She's like, oh, Ryan plays with my phone throughout the day. Fucking what? No.
I mean, I have my phone, and Coraline has my own phone to watch TV on.
And Tyler's like, well, if you want to get a hold of us, you have to call my phone.
It has nothing to do with you.
Exactly.
You're supposed to answer her fucking phone when we call, especially when we have the fucking kids. Like, okay, I understand you can't answer your phone at work. You are in a field where you're in a job that you can't just answer your phone at work. Okay.
But when you go on break, you can't even call back.
But when you're at home, I don't fucking care if it's 6 o'clock in the damn morning. If
But
you
I have the
call,
kids. It don't matter. If I got the kids, you got the kids, you answer.
Because we could be calling to let you know, like,
One of them got
hey,
hurt or
Marky got stung by a bee and had a fucking deathly allergic
And I can't trust her to tell me when the kids are hurt. She'll be like, oh yeah, they also got hurt, a fucking 2 weeks later. She'll be like, oh yeah, he got
That's why
stung.
When I noticed it, I did not notice it on her face this morning.
Babe,
I didn't notice it on her face.
how fucking OP as shit is that?
When I texted you and said, look at her mouth. What do you think this is?
Well, she waits until I pick the kids up and then nonchalantly was like, oh, by the way, Ryan bit Marky.
That's what Coraline keeps telling me. She's like, I don't like going to mommy's because I said, well, is Tyler good to Marky? And she's like, no, Ryan bites him. I said, well, what does Tyler do when Ryan bites him? Or what's mommy do? Nothing. I said, what does Mimi do and Nana do when Ellie bites you?
I don't think they realize Coraline's getting to that age where she knows what's going on.
Like, yeah,
She knows what's right and wrong.
careful and shit.
And I tell her to pull his hair back.
That's exactly what we try to do. Or like, Elliot will take something from Marky.
Hey babe, I want you to take a video and send this to Stoney, if you can, before he dies.
Anyway, what do you think?
Like if Elliot will take something from Marky, and Marky will yell, hey, give that back, and Marky's kind of like, am I in trouble? And no, you have that first, it's yours.
Well, he'll do that to me. It's like, baby took my toy. I said, so take it back from him.
That's my telling.
I said, don't smack him, but I said, take it back from him.
Oh look, anything that shoots into it gets slowed down.
Well, that's a chair. I thought that was lucky.
It's slowing down anything that shoots at me too. He said the middles broke out. The support. For the win! Black feathers appeared in the basement. Woo!
When's his brother?
No.
Or Larson?
Larson is his brother, and my brother, and the only one that's not is his older brothers and his younger brother Damien. I consider my brother, but we didn't actually adopt him.
You adopted him.
We only adopted Lars and Richard.
But yeah, with her telling me, well, you're not.
Alright, and that'll be it for now.
Say,
Thank you. I'll see you guys in the next part.
Well, who raised these babies? Wasn't you? Because you never followed the